Hello everybody, this is the Goofsome Fox coming at you with two matches here from the most recent situation battle, that being the Torrington base assault. I have these two matches here. This first one is going to be my first match playing this mode, and I'm going to be in the Marasai on the Zeon Remnant side, and the next match is going to be me on the Federation side using the Gym 3. And I have quite a bit to say about this situation battle here. Kind of a mix of good and bad things here, so before I jump into that, I'm just going to start off how I do usually, and start talking about just the suits that are included in the situation battle. You can also find this information straight on the website for, more information. Usually when they do a new situation battle, they'll have a thing that tells you every suit that's in it and what modifications were made. In this case, we don't have any modifications to any of the suits, so it's not like some of the other ones where they did give them like extra skills or stuff to, kind of change them up a bit. So I'm keeping that in mind for Team A, which is the Federation side. We have the Violent Custom at 700. We have a Gun Cannon Detector at 550 cost. We have a Gym 3 at 550 as well. And then we have a Gym 2 with the Harpoon Gun at 400, and an Aqua Gym with the Harpoon Gun as well at 400. So that is the Federation team setup here. And for Team B, which is the Zeon Remnant side, you do have the Zei Zulu as a 550 cost raid that comes with its beam machine gun and the claws. You do have a Desert Gelgook as a 550 raid that is going to be really good for the Zeon side because it is a stealth suit. You have the Marasai, which is what I'm using here, as a 550 general. You do get the Fadine rifle prototype as the main range weapon. You get a Kapul at 500, and then you got the Zogok at 450. And that is the two team setups here. And I guess starting with the positives for this, I think it's a pretty fun situation battle overall. We were inevitably going to get a Torrington base one, so I think for the most part it's okay, but it can definitely be better. I'll be getting into that when I kind of go to the cons with this one. But the other good pro is that they did do a lot of recoloring for the mobile suits here. As you can probably notice, the Marasai I'm using here is in the green Zeon Remnant colors. And that's not the only suit that changed colors as well. The Gun Cannon Detector now has that really dark blue color scheme. And then the Gym 3 is in its desert colors, which I found this one to be very interesting because I think the Gym 3 only appeared in those colors for one scene during the Torrington base assault, and it really wasn't even in the city itself. It was when it was trying to fight the Efreet Schneid, and it got destroyed by Kirk's Zaku 1 sniper. So very interesting to see that color scheme used. They probably could have just used the basic one and really got away with it. But I guess one more pro I'd say, playing the Federation side I think is a lot more fun than the Zeon side, honestly, and that's really going to take us to the cons here. And that's really that. I feel like the Zeon side is pretty underpowered in comparison to the Federation, and there's really a few kind of things that play into that here. The first one being that the Zeon side, they do not get any supports whatsoever. The Federation side, they have the Gun Cannon Detector, but for Zeon, the closest thing they probably have to a support is going to be me in the Marasai with the Fadine rifle. And I feel like the Fadine rifle really doesn't have the range to really compensate for that. I kind of wish for the Federation, I feel like they could have been, not the Federation, but Zeon. I kind of wish they gave them the Zaku 1 sniper. I think that would have been a good alternative. Or the Gallus K, I think also would have been a pretty decent alternative, especially since that suit did get buffed recently. So I think that would have probably been a better addition. One suit could have easily been swapped out to kind of remedy that. But overall, I feel like Zeon side, again, is pretty underpowered. They don't have a lot of really good stunning options either. The Federation, they have a... Actually, I think literally every suit that they have has an instant stun that they can use while moving. Xeon, on the other hand, they really don't get that luxury. You do have, like, a couple suits. Like, you do have the Zezulu, which does have the grenade launcher, and then you have the Zogok, which has the Sturmfaust. But other than that, the weapons that they have for stunning are either you have to stop to, like, fire them, or they are accumulation-based, and I don't think that really works here. Like, again, it really just makes it to where, like, the Federation can be extremely mobile, and then Xeon, on the other hand, they really have to, like, kind of stand still a lot. I think the point is they do want the Xeon side to go a bit more into melee, but given how open this map is, the strategy just doesn't really seem to work that well. Again, me being in the Marasai here is probably the closest thing that the Xeon team really gets to a support unit. And if I'm trying to, like, counter the gun cannon detector, like I'm trying to do right now, I'm not really going to be doing a lot of damage. So I do find that to be a pretty big flaw on that part there. I feel like for the most part, the Federation suits are pretty solid. I did have a match in the Biolan Custom. I only didn't use it because I'm not really good with the Biolan Custom. I have, like, an old video where I kind of covered that a while back, and that's kind of the reason, like, you've never seen me play the Biolan Custom any other time. It's really just not a suit for me, so yeah, that's kind of the one flaw there to this all being random for what suit you get. But the next match in the Gym 3, that went a whole lot better. I feel like I can do a lot more in that suit. And I think that could probably go the same way with the rest of the Federation suits. The gun cannon detector, I keep bringing that suit up because, well, again, it is the only support in this room. And that suit is still a pretty decent pick. So it's going to be able to do quite a hefty amount to generals. Another weird thing, too, with the Xeon side, and this has only, I think, been exclusive to me playing the Marasai, and that is this match here. I did not get the Sea Serpent sub-weapon when playing this. I only had the Fidine rifle, the Beam Saber, the Vulcans, and the, like, Fidine rifle saber. And I have seen other people from playing other matches, like in matches I was in, they were able to use the Sea Serpent, and I know it's probably going to be a weird thing to hear me complain about, because if you've seen any of my prior videos, you know I don't use the Sea Serpent at all on the Marasai, so pretty weird thing for me to complain about, but I think here it definitely would have been very useful to have. So I don't really understand what the issue was there, where it didn't give it to me. But real quick, before I continue on, let's look at the stats here. Even though we lost third place with 7 kills and 3 loss, not too bad for the first match there. So I'm going to transition to the Gym 3 match. But yeah, back to just finishing off with the whole Marasai thing. Yeah, very weird situation. I've never had that happen before, where I just didn't have a weapon. So it kind of made me wonder if the suit random picks are somehow connected to, like, the suits you have in your thing, like how, like, you can, like, go, like, you can change the weapons of your suits. It made me question if it was connected in some way, because I just don't see why that would have happened unless for some reason it was reading my loadouts and just, like, I don't know, but then again, like, that shouldn't be the case. So very weird scenario there, and I never got the Marasai again after that, so I haven't been able to see if it's, like, been a one-off thing. I think this situation battle is supposed to run into next week, so should maybe be able to try and get another, like, few matches with it, and really try to see if that's the case. I'll try altering the loadouts of my Marasai that I have in-game, and see if that does anything. Again, a very weird situation there, but gonna end it there, because now I'm kind of just rambling about that. So, Yeah, but for now, right now we are on the Federation team, and yeah, as you can see in the Gym 3 in those desert colors, which actually look really nice. I wish there was a way for us to, like, maybe copy the color schemes that they use for Situation Battle, because that was something I tried to do with the Goof flight type, when it was that Zeta-themed one with Jabro. I did try to get the colors as close to that version as possible, because, yeah, I mean, the colors tend to look really good. They do a pretty good job when it comes to, like, really getting what the colors of these suits are supposed to look like. And, again, yeah, something I wish they'd give us, like, access to. I'm not really sure how they would do it, but that would be a pretty cool thing. Gym 3, though, here, yeah, I did much better with this than I did with the Byland Custom round I mentioned earlier. Probably because just the Gym 3 is a bit more up my alley when it comes to, like, gameplay. It's not a suit I play the most often, but it is one I've played before and have gotten used to. So, really came in handy when it came to trying to make use of it here. Right now I am out in the open, though, so I'm going to try to eject from my suit, which I'm pretty sure is going to get destroyed in a moment. There's the Desert Gelgook there. Again, something we gotta watch out for, because that does have stealth, and I don't know if we have any suits that can actually detect it. Unless the gun cannon detector has it. Last I checked, I don't think the gun cannon detector has any stealth detection equipment. It might though. It might be. Yeah, I don't think it has anti-stealth with it. I think it'd be talked about a bit more if it did actually have that skill. Kind of weird though. Gun cannon detector, but it can't detect stealth units. Would be pretty cool though if they did add that, but unless again it's not already there. But hopping back into my suit here, and there's somebody up here. I'm gonna try to fly after them, but yeah, I think that kind of wraps up my thoughts with this situation battle. It kind of sucks in a way because I feel like before this they were doing pretty good when it came to balancing. I think the one before this, like the triple dom threat, which is another one I do still need to make a video on. I don't think I ever covered that one in depth. That's another one that I kind of think was still a bit more balanced than the other ones. And I think that's because of the suit selection. It was a bunch of older suits and not really anything newer, so I think that kind of made it a bit easier to balance them out there. But I think that one was pretty good, and there's a few other ones like before that. Like they were kind of just slowly getting better. That's I think the one we had before this, not before this one, but the one before with the Zeta Gundam and the Violence. That was, I think, a big case of them kind of reverting back to the situation battles being a bit more unbalanced. And I mean, I understand it might be a bit difficult to properly balance this mode at times, because you do have, you know, like all the suits that you need to consider, and if you need to make sure you have to modify them or not. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot that does play into this. It's not just throwing a bunch of things at the wall and trying to see what sticks. And I think they do make changes as well if they find out like certain things just aren't working. Like it's just like some things are too overpowered or some things are too weak. I think they do change the teams sometime. So I'm kind of hoping they do that with the Xeon side here. I'm not really sure what they can do though, because there's really nothing they can do to change, like the fact that just getting stuns I feel like is very hard for them with just the weapon selection that they have. For us on the Federation, we all have instant stun weapons. We can just stun lock somebody if we really need to. So it's not really a good case for Xeon. So yeah, pretty unfortunate there. Hopefully, whatever situation battle we do end up getting next, they start going back to how it was, where they were getting better at the balancing. Because it just doesn't seem too much fun to be on the Xeon side. And yeah, even if it is, you know, like Xeon, the whole walking war museum thing, I still think, you know, obviously you still need to keep the balance going if you want it to be enjoyable for both sides to participate in. And yeah, that's really most of what I have here, so I'm going to let the last 2 minutes of this match play out, and I'm going to end it off here now that I gave my overly in-depth look at this situation battle here. So that's going to be all from me here. If you like the video, remember to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think about this situation battle. I'm very interested to hear what the thoughts around this one are going to be. And well, with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.
We've lost an allied unit. This op's got 1 minute to go. Don't get sloppy now. We've lost an allied unit. Supporting fire incoming. Clear out of the hot zone. Long-range supporting fire is a go. Firing has stopped. Darn, that supporting fire didn't... We've lost an allied unit. Supporting fire incoming. Clear out of the hot zone. Bomb planted in the enemy base. Enemy mobile suit destroyed. The mobile suit. Time has run out. All right, we win. Here are this battle's rewards.